Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Hey everybody, it's me, Angela, Chick Fix, and I'm here today to talk to you about a leaky kitchen faucet. We all know how annoying that can be and how much money it wastes and how much water it wastes. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how to maybe fix this. Now, every faucet is different, so I can't promise you that the things I'm going to tell you are going to work, but they are at least ways to start. They're places to start, and it could be a very simple fix. So you're going to need, like I said, everything is different, but you will probably need a set of channel locks or adjustable wrench, or you could use vice grips. You're going to need something small, like a little tiny screwdriver to pop off this little cover right here. And you are going to need an Allen wrench that's the right size of the hex nut that's underneath there. So first thing you got to do though is go down underneath your sink and turn off the water valves. So we're going to go do that real quick. Okay, here we are underneath my sink, and there's actually 3 different valves under here. There's 2 that function the hot water, which this one actually goes to your dishwasher. That's not the one you need to turn off. The ones you need to turn off are the ones that actually lead right up to underneath your sink. So that would be this one for the cold water, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, always remember. And then the other one is actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a view of it, but it's because it's behind this little U-bend duct here. I can see if I can get it. But anyway, there's one right back there. Tighten that. All right. Okay, now double check, make sure your water is off. Ta-da, it's off. Now, next thing you want to do is take a rag or an old cloth and put it underneath the drain for your sink, because you don't want to drop anything down there. And now I'm going to set up my camera at a better angle so that you can see exactly what I am about to do here. All right, now the first thing you're going to need to do is pop this little cover off, and you basically just take either a little screwdriver or something like that, and you're gonna pop that out of there. Real easy peasy. Now that's the thing that you are the most likely to lose down your drain, that little tiny thing, and as you can see on my countertop, you could lose it there too. So they always say put everything in the order, lay everything out in the order that you took it off. So we're gonna put that there. All right, and luckily mine doesn't have too many parts, but yours might. So, and then the next thing we're gonna need to do is find the right size hex wrench, or Allen wrench, I'm sorry, or hex wrench, that fits here. And I did actually pre-find that. You may take you a few tries to get the right size. But basically, we're going to take that and we're going to get it in there and unscrew this little thing. I'm going to go ahead and get that most of the way done. All right, now on some of these little hex nuts here, you have to unscrew them entirely. On mine, you don't actually have to do that. You just unscrew it a little bit and it pops right out. So we're going to lay that down there on our cloth. Take that out of my way. And then you can see here, the next thing you're going to do is twist this cap off. Now, if you've never done this before, it might be really tight and you may have to use your channel locks, those guys right there. But make sure you put a cloth around it, or even a rubber band around this before, so that you don't scratch it when you're twisting it. I actually did do that and I still scratched it. As you can see, it looks awful now. So, just be careful of that. But you're going to twist this thing off, all right? Now, this is the nitty-gritty. Now, some people have, some models of sinks are going to have additional little gaskets and things in here. Yours may not look exactly like this, but this is pretty typical for a more modern version of the sink, of a sink. Now, this part right here is called your cartridge, and then there's this big nut that holds it in here. This nut actually puts pressure on the cartridge and holds it into place. What happens sometimes is this cartridge, or this nut gets a little bit loose, and that causes the sink to drip out a little bit. So sometimes it's just as easy as tightening these little adjustable ring on it. Now, if that doesn't fix your problem, so you basically just are going to take your channel locks, and you're going to tighten it up. Just a little bit. It may only take a little bit. Now, if that doesn't work, you may have to take this off and get a new cartridge, which is this piece right here. Sometimes you can get them at Home Depot and Lowe's or your local hardware store. But a lot of times, because there's so many different ones, there's nothing universal about these. You may have to actually contact the company or order it from Amazon or something like that. I actually ordered called Delta, and they actually sent me one for free because it's covered under the lifetime warranty of the sink. So that was nice because it would have cost me $20 otherwise. So, but I'm going to go ahead and get this sort of loosened up for you a little bit so you can see how to take it out. Hold on just a moment. All right, just going to show you real quick. You basically just take this, turn it a few times. Eventually it'll be loose enough. It may be super tight at first. Just loosen it up a little bit. And it should be able to, yeah. Okay, so twist this out. And it pops out, okay? Then that's your cartridge right there. Now, I actually opened this up the other day just to see how it worked because I'm a nerd. And there's lots of grease in there, which there should be, because that helps lubricate everything. Sometimes maybe the grease has just sort of gotten old and gone away. Maybe there's a plastic piece in there that's broken. But it is possible that if tightening the adjustable ring doesn't work, it may mean that you just need to remove this and get a new one. Not such a thing, not such a tough thing to do. But when you do get the new one, you're going to take this, you're going to pop it right back in there. All right. And then you're going to pop this in. Now, the mistake I made the other day, and I ended up calling my friend Mike with Keratin Plumbing in Tallahassee, who kind of helped give me a little moral support when I was about to panic. But I figured out that you do actually have to tighten this up very tight. You don't just tighten it by hand. You got to tighten up really tight. So you're going to use your channel locks again for that. So we're going to do that, and then I'll show you how to get the rest of it back together. All right, so I've gotten that all the way tightened up. Now I'm going to put this back on. And again, you may have additional gaskets and things that you're going to have to deal with on this. And if so, just make sure that you lay them out on your cloth exactly in the order that you took them off so you can remember, because it is a little tough. Now, if you can see here, it is possible to make that thing a little bit tight to where it's hard to get your handle on and off. And in that case, you just kind of go back in and loosen it a little bit. But then you're going to take this, pop that back on there, and then you're going to tighten up your hex nut, and then you'll put this little cap back on, and then you're pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and we'll come back. All right, we got that hex nut tightened up. I'm just going to pop this in here. All right, well, I got it kind of messed up there, but basically, you just pop that right back in there, which I will probably do later. Yeah, I'm going to do that later because I just dropped it on the floor. So anyway, that's all you do. And then you go back underneath. You're going to turn on your valves again under there, which I will just go ahead and do. All right, righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. Ooh, you could hear the sink come back on. All right. Yay. Ta-da. Woohoo. And that's all you do. So hopefully that helps everybody. I hope one of those solutions will help you if you're having a drippy kitchen sink. If not, you may have a bigger issue. But one of those solutions probably should help for you. So y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Chick Fix.